It's in the media getting the Trump mugshot that they so desperately craved. But it's already backfiring. Former President Donald Trump turning himself in at the Fulton County Jail on charges of election interference in Georgia. Authorities releasing this historic mugshot. Trump calling what happened a travesty of justice.
What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And everybody knows it. I've never had such support. And that goes with the other ones, too.
Biden and the Democrats are spiking the football over the arrest of their political opponent. Joe posting a conveniently timed fundraising link right as Trump was surrendering. Quote, apropos of nothing, I think today's a great day to give to my campaign. And President Biden reacting earlier.
Have you seen Donald Trump's mugshot yet? Mr. President, are you working out how long?
I did see it on television.
What do you think?
Biden's friends in the left-wing media are loving it.
Generally, he had his father to help bail him out. He has moved from one thing to another without having to really face the kind of consequences that other people might have in similar circumstances. So this is an unusual moment.
He looks enraged. I mean, I think the look, what I see there, there's a pathos to that look. There's an anger to that look. And, you know, Donald Trump has kind of thrived on the anger of a certain demographic of Americans.
He spent days rehearsing that pose. That's the picture that he wanted.
I can't help but wonder if he practiced that pose.
But they weren't finished yet. The media also going crazy over Trump's reported height and weight measurements, which state that he is 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighs 215 pounds.
We're told that that his staff filled out that form in advance, which is why he's listed at a height of 6'3", 215, which probably hasn't been since the Wharton School of Finance. And
wildly off. So I'm not going to tell you where the over-under is on Donald Trump's weigh-in, but it's a good, let's just say it's a good 70 or 80 pounds higher than what the staff reported.
He filled out, Donald Trump said that he weighs 250
I was
pounds.
not there, but
It's a self-reporting. So how does strawberry end up in a booking sheet?
But you better be careful what you wish for. Trump's campaign is already fundraising off the mugshot, selling merchandise. Okay, maybe we should start with the mugshot, and I'll start with you, Jesse. You know, this is the fourth indictment. The president has been arraigned in Miami, New York City, and Washington. But Fulton County decided he should go to the Fulton County Jail, where 7 people have died in the last 6 or 7 months. Why do they need a mugshot in Georgia and not everywhere else?
The sheriff said that's protocol, and they weren't going to make an exception. And I am now going to book the Fulton County photographer for my Christmas card. Because, Judge, and I say this with a unblemished record of heterosexuality, he looks good. And he looks hard. And why would you think that you wouldn't practice the shot? Is that a surprise? Of course you practice the mug shot. You only don't practice if you're drunk. And Maggie Haberman saying that he's had his father to bail him out his whole life, never faced consequences. She's talking about Hunter. And Joy Reid says he's angry. Okay, it's not your wedding photo, Joy. He's getting booked. This is the 4th indictment. The Democrats, you can tell, are nervous because the media understands how powerful imagery is, and it's their business. And they have handed this guy a huge political gift, which will last until eternity. It's a cultural phenomenon now. He's banking off of it, and everyone's talking about it. Black Americans online, some of them are saying, I'm voting for Trump now, because they, too, have sometimes felt they've been unfairly targeted by the criminal justice system. And you know, in this country, nationally, 1 or 2% of the black vote swing to the Republicans. That's the election right there. Mm-hmm. So the Democrats have overplayed their hand. They've done something that no one else has ever been able to do, and that's make Trump a sympathetic character. They've made him a martyr. And now I want to get arrested because I definitely need some sympathy.
No, you don't, Jesse. Not on you.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go to you. Trump apparently is listed as 6'3", 215 pounds. So that's what I think MSNBC said. They said he or his people listed it. And then I read the Daily Mail. And the Daily Mail said that height and weight were recorded at the jail, as well as his hair and eye color, fingerprints, booking photo were all taken at the jail. Okay, and then the Washington Post said they can't figure it out. So, the left is so excited to say Trump's the one who did it. I mean, does it really matter?
No, it matters. It matters not at all. 6'3", 215 pounds. That's quite a cutting figure. That's a professional wide receiver in the NFL. I will say, to Jesse's point, when it comes to the mugshot, there are kind of two different types of mugshots that go out there in the world. There's the Tiger Woods, Bill Cosby, pathetic figure mugshot. And then there's the mugshots that you see of people like Frank Sinatra when he was young, or Janis Joplin. And these mugshots, which include people like MLK, these project a different image. Not sad and pathetic, but an image of defiance. And I think that what you're seeing right there is defiance. And that's the exact message that Trump wants to convey, because this is defiance in his estimation and his supporters, and for much of America, against a broken system.
Yeah, Sandra, I don't think there's any question but that people are looking at this. I mean, because this is a concrete reminder that the president is now considered a criminal, or, he's a criminal, a defendant in a criminal case. But the truth is that the president is also using this proactively by selling, the mugs and the T-shirts and all that. I mean, do you think the mugshot really shows that there's a two-tiered system of justice?
100%. But the question to the president, the current sitting president, to laugh it off and call him a handsome guy, I think that's it sends a message to the world. Nikki Haley said it in her reaction to the mugshot. She said this is a sad day for America. Nobody should want to see a 77-year-old former American president obviously stand for his mugshot. Jonathan Turley, I think, captured it the best. He said it's the scowl that's likely to launch 1 million ships, all in the wrong directions. And I think his point really hits home. He said it's going to be the rallying cry at both extremes in our political system. Many on both sides relish rage, he writes. Rage is addictive. The merchandising and madness aside, we have more matters to resolve together. And that's not a word we're using a whole lot right now when crime is running rampant. Inflation is choking most American, financials, and drugs are flowing over our border. We need to come together. This is certainly not one of those moments.
Jessica, one of the things that Joe Biden tweeted was, apropos of nothing, today is a great day to contribute to my campaign. That's kind of a gutsy move by the Biden campaign, given that the president and his son are under investigation.
I don't think that it's gutsy. It's right after the GOP debate where people saw who, if it isn't Donald Trump, could be the nominee. And it's a day where the person who it seems like will be the nominee, he's up 30, 40 points, is being indicted, arraigned for the 4th time. And I think that that's a clearer indication that the system is working than that it isn't. I don't think, Will, to your point, that anyone except, the biggest Donald Trump fans is sitting there thinking that that mugshot has anything to do with what it looked like when MLK had his mugshot taken. And to the stuff about how much he weighs and all of that, I don't like that kind of commentary. I think it is completely useless, and it distracts from the point here, which is that Donald Trump was indicted in 4 jurisdictions around this country by juries of regular Americans in New York, in D.C., in Atlanta, and in South Florida, where he calls home. This wasn't Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow sitting there. It was regular people who listened to the evidence that was brought before them. When you say that people are rallying behind him, his diehard base is, but the average American isn't. There's new polling out today. 62% think he committed a crime, including 67% of independents. 61% thinks that he must stand trial before the election. Why? Because you don't want to put someone in office who's going to jail. And 59% think that the DOJ is being fair. That shoots straight through the argument that this is a two-tiered system of justice. If you don't like that Joe Biden is fundraising off of it, Donald Trump is doing the same thing. He's having his moment. Mitch McConnell even, remember, he fundraised off Cocaine Mitch. People need the money.
We'll find out. Time will tell if the public agrees with you that it's not a two-tiered system of justice.
I don't think when they think of a two-tiered system of justice, they think of a white billionaire who tried to overthrow the election.
They think of Hunter Biden and his father as well.
They really, it's just, when you talk to average people who respond to these surveys, that isn't what they're thinking about. And I've been clear. If Hunter Biden is guilty of something, lock him up. If Joe Biden is guilty of something, lock him up. They've all got their own investigations.
Well, they have their own
but you're
Justice
belittling
Department.
what's going on here and how serious this is by just saying that this is about political opponents. It's not.
Well,
it's about
all of the
someone.
prosecutors are Democrats.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
It
is.
is.
Every DA and every federal prosecutor is a Democrat.
This is the
Jack
Department
Smith
of Justice.
And the one in Atlanta and the one here in New York.
They're all Democrats. What? What do you have to say to that?
I don't think that Jack Smith is.
He's a Democrat.
Oh my God!
When you
He
say
only indicted Republicans.
What?
Coming up, the shocking interview that Joe Biden and his corrupt son Hunter don't want you to hear.